What's good? What's good? That's Yana Shawty, TYSF, Queen of the Skull. And I'm here with the one and only Mr. Have You Washed Your Back, radio personality, funny, outgoing, talented, a legend in the Bay Area, the one and only Fillmoe Mike.
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
What's up with it?
Hi, thank you so much for making the time.
Oh, it's all love.
I'm
Thank
super
you for
excited.
having me.
Yeah, of course. It was definitely on my must-dos. So
sure.
we're excited to have you. We're going to get straight to it because I met you not long ago, actually. I met you in the Tan and Friends show where I got to perform.
Yeah.
And you showed me nothing but love. And you gave me my props. I was doing my shit. I'm a killer on the mic. So
definitely.
And then again, I saw you by Chinatown. I had another show. I forgot what the club is called. I think it's called Crave or something like that. I'm sorry. And Thug Mrs. was there and a lot of OGs. And it was cool to see you in action.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just want to go back to like how Fillmoe Mike started and where it come about. From the research I've done, you've been in this game from the time where everything was footwork.
Yeah.
Everything was, you got to speak up, you got to talk, you got to network. How was that experience for you? I'm sure you started somewhere, somehow as an intern or like, you know what I mean? Or something. So where did it start for you to the point where now you're at 106 comfortably?
Right. Well, I started at 106.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I started at KMEL. I started in radio when I was 19, and I was at KMEL, was interning, street teaming, and then I got let go. And then I got back on KMEL, and then at that time I got put on the air. And so that's what kind of like the Wash Your Back started. Fillmoe Mike was given to me by somebody on the street team because when I got to the street team in Fillmoe, I was known as Big Mike.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and then when I got to KMEL, there was already a Big Mike.
Oh,
Shout out to Big Mike and Lady Ray. They got a family. But I couldn't be Big Mike no more. Right. So Big Rube and Gus was like, and Tone Deaf was like, we got to give you a new name. So they gave me Fillmoe Mike. And so from there, I worked for like M1 Promo, with John Costin. Basically, that's like a promo team. A lot of times, if you needed like, some extra work within the industry, you could work for like a promo company, like an M1 Promo or a Savage Marketing. That's what Gino had.
And you're promoting artists? Or what are you
promoting artists? A lot of times what it was like they'll have a cluster of labels. So like M1 Promo had a cluster of labels. Gino had a cluster of labels. Mike Nice, he had a cluster of different, like he had like rockers, a lot of like underground, like hip hop. Right. Real hip hop oriented labels, like, just different labels. So like one label would be TVT and Def Jam and Cash Money, and another cluster with Gino, he may have Bad Boy, whatever else and whatever else. So got into that, went from KMEL, got let go from KMEL for some BS, went to KBLX. KBLX was at Q102. And then with the 95.7, the sports talk radio station for a quick second, and then back to KMEL.
That's like, even though you're like transitioning, and or at that time you were going from whatever the situation was, it's still all like musically inclined and still radio inclined. It seems like you have like a passion for that. That's something that's in you, not just on you. Yeah,
definitely.
19 is pretty young to kind of know that you really want to do this shit and to stick with it for a long time. How has that journey been for you? And like, when did you know like radio? Because not everybody sticks with radio. Yeah. Like they'll end up being the rapper or the producer or the engineer. Yeah. How did you stuck with it for so long and people love you for it?
Oh man, thank you. I just love radio. I love music. I wanted to be a part of music. I did a lot of stuff. Like I said, I was in promo. I ran with San Quinn for a second. I was like his road manager. I've done road manager work. I was Quinn's hype man.
That's hella dope.
I do music, I host parties.
Yeah, I seen you.
So like, it's been a roller coaster though, to keep it real. Like I said, I've been in and out of radio, in and out of KMEL. Shout out to Shay Diddy. She brought me back into KMEL. Funny story about that is I helped Shay Diddy get in the door at KMEL.
Got you.
Yeah, DJ Black Mark. I don't know if y'all know who DJ Red Corvette is.
I do not.
I helped her get into KMEL. A lot of people, man. I'm not tooting my horn. I was just like, hey, y'all should just fuck with the street team. It was just that.
Right.
And so.
That's crazy to think about because, like, some of these people are pretty big for what they do and what they're known for. So that's pretty dope to know, like,
Yeah, for real.
That's hella sick.
Definitely.
As far as radio right now, you have your own podcast, Wash Your Back. I've been tuned in. It's super dope. You have a lot of Bay Area legends on there.
Thank you.
How has that been for you so far?
Oh, that's been fun. That's been fun. It's been a journey. You gotta like okay, so shout out to my guy Tapped In. He had me on a podcast back in the day. His podcast, the Tapped In podcast. But we had to go to SAC. I would have to go to SAC. Shout out to McGee.
Shout out McGee.
Yeah, McGee out there. Yep. With her podcast thing. And so she had a little they had their thing going on, and he asked me to help co-host. I was like, for sure, I could do that. And then I was going out there, but it was just a long ass drive. Yeah. And so once I got to KMEL, I was trying to got back, because I've been back since August of last year, 2022. I just said I wanted to kind of implement myself in a way in which, that's why they brought me back. I feel like they kind of brought me back to help them get back in line, in tune with the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm always outside. I'm always a part of stuff, a part of things as far as within the community, within the music, within the party scene. And so they brought me back, and then I said, okay, I want to implement myself and stand out.
Right.
And so I think with the Wash Your Back podcast, I'm just trying to it gives me a platform to give others. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to build on it. It's fun building,
right,
and seeing it grow, and how excited people are for it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because it's definitely a different outlet and a different platform. It struggles with a lot of stuff. People everybody feeling like they need to get on the podcast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you want to set a precedent and a standard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to say that you don't want to give everybody an opportunity, but at the same time, you just don't want to just be letting anybody get that platform or that opportunity, because it is just that. It's just an opportunity. And I'm not even at the level where I wanted at. I'm just getting it, you feel me?
But
just
to get
every
it there,
time I drop, I'm getting 5,000 views and shit like that. Now, it's hit or miss. It's super cool to see, okay, well, who really got the juice? And you'd be surprised. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the numbers, I'll be telling people, if you go to the numbers, you see the people that you think would get hella views didn't get hella views, and other people did. Right. So it's a trip, man.
I've been there. I'd be like, it's crazy. Well, but it's also because sometimes we're so used to I get what you mean. You bring somebody who's more established. Yeah. And then it's surprisingly, sometimes people want to see something new.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just, I'd be so mindfucked. I'd be like, oh, I thought because they was popping, but honestly, people,
Right. You never know what people like.
Well, I'm glad you're back there, because I feel like you're a very important component, most of all when it comes to radio, because I mean, even myself as an artist for almost I'm going on to 15 years, I haven't got radio play almost ever. Mm-hmm. And it's just all as an artist, it gets you down sometimes, but it's because they're not in tune with us. Yeah. It's not necessarily, we're not here. We're here as upcoming artists. That's so but, true. I get it. It's whatever's doing numbers at the time, that's what you want to play. Yeah. And that's what you want to show, mainstream. But you are for the streets, and you are for, your ear is out for the people that are coming up, or people that just, you are where we can see you. You know what I mean? I can't just go every day and see somebody at 106, and promote myself. But I could for sure see you and promote myself and be like, hey. So that's super dope. I'm glad you're there, and I'm glad you're back there.
And then radio is for, just FYI, it doesn't, we go to you for the music. Right. Oh. We go to the streets.
Right.
So if it's popping in the streets, then it's a reflection of. It's not usually we hear a song and it's we heard it and then we gonna play it. Gotcha. Because we like it and we think it's tight. If the streets is saying that it's gonna get if the streets is playing a song enough, a Bay Area record, so to speak, not a mainstream record, but a Bay Area record, we have to play it because that's what the streets want to hear.
Right.
So what I'm saying, as an artist, a lot of times people come to us, but you really want it the other way around. You want radio coming to you. Hey man, hey man, what's up with that song? Can we get that song? Can we get you in here? Let's get you on a Fillmoe Mike podcast or Cousin Dre Half Baked podcast, whoever's. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever been in a predicament where you felt like the artist, the music's good, it's talented person, but the music ain't booming in the streets, and it is something that you how do you handle? Because I know business is business at the end of the day, and radio has a way, like you said, you know, whatever's popping in the streets, that's what we'll do. How do you deal with those situations when you do see like, because you have managed before, so when you see potential, you see potential.
Right. Definitely.
So how do you handle that? Like, not, you know, like how do you go about it?
Well, if I know that they're talented and it's just not hitting, like you just got to keep it real with them, and the reality of the game is like everybody not gonna like everything that you do, but what you want to do is you really just want to build up your fan base,
right,
to the point where your fan base is the streets,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna support you
regardless,
no matter if the quote unquote streets support you, and then it's just grow and grow from there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a Larry June, because I remember I was with A.K. Frank back in the day, and I think it was A.K. Frank, Larry June, and someone, I forgot who. I think it was SOB, somebody, somewhere in Modesto. It was like 2014, 2013. This was before Larry June kind of like hit.
For sure.
But he was doing the he was doing some shit. You feel me? He was doing like, I forgot what he was doing.
The yee.
He was doing some yeehaw or some shit like that. He was doing that more. He wasn't doing like the good job. He was doing the other shit. You feel me? But he had a fan base. That's my point. He had a fan base. You know what I'm saying? And I was and that's the most important thing. Like, I look at people like Andre Nicotina, a Mac Dre, like them people got like their own fan base. Even like a Burner.
Yeah, like, they're never
like
gonna...
it's not like really cracking in the streets. You don't really hear people bumping Burner in the streets.
Right.
But he got a fan base.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't really hear people bumping Nicotina, but he got a fan base. So
do you think that comes from like the other businesses that these artists pursue? Like, for example, like when I think of Burner, you're right. Not everybody, like me personally, I don't associate it to the music right away, but I do associate it to the weed.
Right.
Nicotina, I think Ayo for Yayo right away.
Right.
So
definitely.
I wonder if do you think it's like good for an artist to attach something? Because now when I think of oranges, I think of Larry.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
That's smart. I mean, you definitely want to. I mean, the game nowadays, I feel like it's not really about the music all the time. You kind of got to like do different things. Unfortunately,
right.
You got to do kind of like different things. Not like different things, I wouldn't say in a corny way.
Right.
But you kind of want to do it in like a branding way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like with, what's Nicotina thing? Killer Whale? That's the thing?
Mm-hmm.
Killer Whale, you know what I'm saying? Quinn, mayor of the city.
Right.
City's real mayor. Like, look, it don't got to be like a product. It could be just a saying, like, watch your back. Feel
right.
me? I started saying watch your back on the radio when I first got on the radio. Feel me?
Oh, it goes back that back?
It go far that back.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, swear to God. It
I
go back
that
far. It go back hella far. So, like, Sana G, it was probably like 2010, 11. Sana G heard me on the radio one time. She was like, you need to keep that kid. That was funny. And then the way I used to say it then, or the way I say it now, is like, it's funny because it's like, wash your back. It's random. So it's almost like, wash your back, wash your ass. Some people like, wash your ass. I'm like, well, it's funny. Of course you're going to wash your ass.
Right.
But motherfucker, are you washing your back? Motherfucker, right. Your arms even long enough to wash your back? You feel me? You got to get your girlfriend or boyfriend to help. Let me know. But I used to be on some shit where the caller would call in, right? And I'm kind of like an asshole. I'm not the one. I'm the one on the radio. I'm kind of like the cousin, the mean cousin, or like the cousin that play too much. So people call in, am I the winner? I'd be like, no, you're the loser. You feel me? Yeah. Like, you're the loser. Like, oh man, and then they would say whatever they say, and then after they say like, oh, okay, they'll say whatever they say, and then I'll be like, yeah, man, wash your back. They'll hang up, and they'll be like, yeah, wash your back.
Right.
And so Sana heard that one time, and she was just like, man, that shit hella, that had me rolling. You got to keep that. So ever since then, I kept it, and I just kept saying it. And then it's crazy when people talk, see, like, you know, have shower things, back scrubber things. They always tag me.
Wash your back.
Shit like that. Yeah.
That's kind of cool though. That's like low-key a movement.
Yeah. I mean, yep. I got to get on it as far as getting my production, as far as like more hoodies and
right. I was gonna say that
more merchandise and things, because I want to do a back scrub. I want to do like a whole like set, like a shirt, back scrubber, some soaps and shit like that.
That's hella dope.
Make it a limited edition, so I ain't gotta print too much, but I'm gonna sell it for a nice profit for for myself and shit like that.
That's like a dope. Yeah. You seem very like funny and fun. So I see, like, to me, like, you incorporate comedy a lot into like what you do.
Definitely.
Have you always been funny? Like, have you ever thought of comedy?
I've actually dabbled into comedy. Shout out my guy JD. He tells me all the time I need to be a comedian. It's just hard, man. It's hard
comedian,
to be a full-on comedian. I think I'm pretty funny, and you know, especially when like I'm funny in real life.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some people funny like they get on camera funny. Like I'm funny like in a setting. You know what I'm saying? Like sort of thing. And
you just gotta be there.
Man. You just gotta be there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm kind of spontaneous. I'm goofy. I like to have fun. So you know, it always starts from there. I had a goofy family. People would be capping on each other. My dad capped on me at a young age, and he was more so like witty. He wasn't really goofy. He would say stuff like, "Man, you got some big ass lips," and then he'll be like, "You got some soup coolers," or some shit like that. So you like, it's hella corny, but it's funny as fuck. Like that is funny. I got some soup coolers.
That is funny. I wanted to touch. I was going through your Instagram, being nosy, and I went all the way down, and I saw you with a jacket, and I feel like people who got to experience the jacket are so fucking lucky and blessed. How was that? Like all the people that are legendary. Did you get to meet Mac Dre?
Yes.
How was like meeting all these legendary people? And like, you know, you're thankfully you're still here. You've seen the evolution of, you know, how is that like,
man?
How do you think they would feel about now? Matter of fact.
Well, Mac Dre, I met him one time. I met Mac Dre through Gary Archer at the station, and Shorty was on the air, and it was weird because I'm not gonna say KMEL kind of didn't want him there.
Who, Mac?
Yeah, Mac Dre.
What?
But it was kind of like on some shit where it was like, because it was a Saturday, and most people got to come in on a Monday or the Fridays or the third, like during the week.
Oh.
And so it was kind of like back then you kind of like had to get like clearance and shit.
Got you.
So it was almost like, it was like, I don't know if he could come in. But then after a while, it was like, nigga, it's Mac Dre.
Right.
And then somebody came down. I actually came down and got Mac Dre. Mac Dre, so I couldn't really say that. But the Jack, I think the Jack will be proud. The Jack will be proud in a lot of regards. I mean, I think some things he wouldn't necessarily go for, like if anybody not true to it,
right?
Not true to the rap or not true to who they are. You know what I'm saying? If you faking the funk, I think Jack would not like that. But I think for the most part, he would definitely be proud of like people like Burner and you know, Larry June, you know, G Val, Big Rich.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like that for surely.
Yeah, they're very business inclined as well. They became very like savvy and like, yeah, it's really dope to see the evolution of them as well from like people like me, low key, you know, that started as rappers and then now I have a podcast and I'm like, I can't wait to see what's next because they bossed up. There's no way that you know, so it's super inspirational and like super dope.
My bad, but the Jack was just super. He was just super real. So my first show, like one of my first shows, I did it in Chico. I don't know why I did this show hella far, but I did it with a dude named Alex Williams. Shout out my nigga Alex Williams. He do realty now. He's a realtor now, as a matter of fact. But he was at Chico State. And I forgot how I linked up with Alex, but I told PK, who was Jack's manager, I'm like, man, I want to get the Jack. No, first I told the Jack. Then I was like, bro, I want to get you for a show. And then I think I told him, he was like, how much? I said, I think I'll get you $1,000. I was like, I'll get you $1,000. He was like, for sure.
Right.
Make it happen. And I was scared to tell PK though. Because he was the manager. I thought the manager PK was going to be like, nah, that's too low.
Too low.
Too low. But Jack was like, nah, it's for Fillmoe. We're going to do it.
That's how
So we did it. We did it in Chico. It got down there, got shut down twice. Like that day. So we had to move it like once or twice.
Like the location?
The location.
That's crazy. That's fun. And people followed?
They followed. It's Chico State. They had nothing else to do.
Right.
So it's like,
that's
fuck
crazy.
it. I'm going to go see the Jack. Where the Jack at? So yeah, it was like a little house party thing, a little backyard boogie. It was lit though, blood.
That's
I swear
dope.
to God, it was hella lit. Selsky came through, the jacket came through. I got my little no. So this is what happened. I'm sorry. I didn't throw the show. I helped Alex throw the show. So I got a finder's fee of $100. So out of that $1,000 that I got the Jack, he still gave me $100.
Oh,
a
that's
little
dope.
10%. So
yeah,
that's what happened. But yeah, man, that was fun times, man. The Jack was hella fun.
I heard.
Hella fun. He was hella cool, hella fun, and just hella real.
Who did I see with? I think I saw it, which was super cool because I really, really like her. She's a photographer. She's been in the mix for years.
D-Ray?
Yes, D-Ray.
Yeah,
D-Ray. I'm coming for you, girl, because I need to have you. But yeah, she's super dope. And you guys, I don't know why, you guys hella remind me of each other in the aspect of like super smiley, bubbly people that are in the scene with no effort. Like, you guys
got the same birthday.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, in the picture when I see you guys, and I don't even know how I'm all like, they look like they just living their best life, and they're more than welcome to be there by everybody there. You know what I mean?
D-Ray the homie. She the homie. She's so down to earth, and I remember like before when I was coming up, it was a trip. Like it's weird because you become like you start working at radio, right? Mm-hmm. But you really not known like that. Right. You feel me? But you start to go around, and this is when we was doing everything. I'm talking like we doing concerts, we showing up the parties, concerts, shows, the after parties, everything. You feel me? So you popping out. Now you kind of like you a little bit more outside than even you was before you was going to like the little, the parties in your neighborhood, the Black Fridays and Saturdays and shit like that. So you outside, so your name has started to like get a little bit of recognition, but not really. So when you start doing the call-ins, right? Call-ins when they used to be like, hey man, we out here on 3rd and Newcomb. We got some T-shirts. We in the Fillmoe Center in Fillmoe. Come to Safeway. We got some tickets, whatever. We out here. Come see us. It's Fillmoe Mike. I'm outside. So we used to do call-ins. So once you start doing the call-ins, your name start to kind of like spread. You feel me? And shit like that. But you still in radio. Right. And people don't really know, and they don't really know Fillmoe Mike yet. Right, feel me? So it's still new, and niggas like, who the fuck is Fillmoe Mike?
Right.
From Fillmoe, you feel me?
Yeah.
And so once they found out who I was, I'm not gonna say like it started to spread a little, but you start to get a little more popular.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so D-Ray was one of the first people that I would introduce myself as. I would say, hey, I'm Fillmoe Mike. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I went, whoever I was with, whether I'm with in one promo, and then they just start calling me Fillmoe. So it just went. It was like, oh, that's Fillmoe. That's Fillmoe Mike. You know Fillmoe Mike? That's Fillmoe Mike.
Right.
And then, but D-Ray would like, she would point me out like, Mike, get in the picture. You feel me?
That's hella dope. That's love.
Hella dope. Hella love. Even before this is like, even before I'm even talking on the radio. Feel me? I'm just a street team intern person. Right. But I was just always out. I used to run around with Von. Running around with Chewy, running around with Sana G.
I know, I saw that. I saw a picture. I was like, this is so dope.
I used to be running. I wasn't scared. I was always trying to be outside or trying to I'm a Leo, so I do like the limelight. I do like attention. So I used to always try to be everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then Von and Sana and Chewy would always be like, throw me a bone or however it may be. Von would be like, I come into the studio, it's fucking T.I., Redman, whoever in the studio.
Right.
Oh, this Fillmoe Mike, you feel me? What you do? And then when I start smoking more, they would be smelling me. You feel me? They like, where you get that from, bruh? You feel me? So,
damn, it seems
he would be like, if you need anything, holla at Fillmoe Mike.
Yeah.
Feel me? And then Chewy would do the same thing, throw me the bone. Chewy more so introduced me. He wasn't, doing all the backdoor, politicking with the marijuana and shit like that. But sometimes he would, but yeah.
It seemed like networking back then was just a little bit more easier. I'm not sure.
I think it was realer. I think it was realer for sure. I wouldn't say it was easier.
Because was everything about the dollars back then? I feel like every interaction now is a little harder because it's like a budget has to be involved. I'm not sure if that's how it was back then because I wasn't doing music.
I think what started to happen was, because like once the hyphy movement came, like either people feel like we capitalized or we didn't capitalize. So some people feel like we had to get more business oriented.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's why it's a lot more like,
what's
that
your makes
budget?
Sense,
you know what I'm saying? Like people don't want to be moving for no reason. But when we get to the level where it can be a like a good circle of life type of situation where people getting paid, we got better industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with the podcast thing, like people be like, do you charge for interviews? I'm like, I don't even charge for interviews.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least not yet. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? At least until I figure it out a little bit more to where I'm going. Because like I said, I don't want I'm not even at the level where I want to be. So until I get to that level, I'm not gonna be charging people for shit like that. But I do kind of get what you're saying, but I just think you can't be scared. You got to go out there. You got to be you.
Right.
You got to be you. You can't try to be Filthy Rich. Shout out Filthy Rich. You got to be you. Like, I look at the people that stand out or the people that's, that do music, like Jay Stalin. I go to his Instagram. This nigga doing all type of shit. It ain't always about the music, though.
Yeah, no, he funny as fuck.
Hella funny. You know what I'm saying? So, just do you. You know what I'm saying? Look at Lil Blood. He got his podcast asking the great questions.
Yeah, he is.
I be like, man, I wish I would have thought of that question.
I like how he be outside with it too.
Yeah.
It's like a different little,
exactly. Give you a different element.
Mm-hmm. So you've been in the game for a while. You've been around legendary people. You're a legend yourself, in my opinion. What are some of the struggles that you faced in this industry? Most of all, like back when you were younger. I want to talk to like more the younger folks that are looking. Like, what's something that you overcame?
Just being young and dumb and just living it too fast, like on the street team, living too fast and just having too much fun. Not understanding that this is $1 billion corporation, $1 billion industry. That's why I got let go. Like the first time I got let go, I can't even remember why. It was just a couple of things that happened, and it's like, Mike, we kind of got to let you go. The second time was some true bullshit because I was promoting a party, but this dude that said, hey, Mike, I want you to host. I said, cool. This was like 6-7 months before the party even happened. Nicki Minaj party was supposed to be coming out here.
It's big.
So what happened was I was hosting a party. Nicki Minaj was going to be at the after party.
Right.
Moving 99.7 ended up picking up the party. Sometimes radio stations do that. If they see like a hot party, they'll pick it up and be like, we'll help pump this party, help, give away some tickets, blast it on the radio because we see it makes sense for us to be at the party. You don't got to pass nothing. We want to pick it up. We want to be there. We want to be a part of this. Yeah. So make a long story short, he ended up moving 99.7 on the party. Somebody ended up seeing a flyer from the station, from Clear Channel at the time, and was like, oh, Fillmoe Mike is on the flyer, and whoop. And basically, I ended up getting fired for that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. If you come to it now, a lawyer's like, bro, you wasn't supposed to you had a lawsuit. They can't fire you for that.
Yeah, I was wondering,
you have just as much of an obligation to be on that motherfucking flyer as 99.7. If you on the flyer in 99.7 can be like, well, Fillmoe Mike on the flyer. You can be like, why the fuck 99.7 on the flyer?
That's what I was just thinking right now.
So I was young and dumb and just accepted it. And so a struggle for me was that because it's like I wasted hella years. Like, I feel like I could be so much further in my radio career than I am now because of them little stupid ass setbacks.
Do you feel like that's just like business knowledge that you feel like you should have?
Yeah, business knowledge. People sometimes like,
or they're more like
stereotypes follow you. So you know what I'm saying? Like people, I like to. I was telling Shay Diddy this. I don't want to be known as a person, Fillmoe Mike, the fuck up or whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? Fillmoe Mike, the ghetto nigga, shit like that. I want to be known as Fillmoe Mike. Yeah, he handle his shit. He come in here, do his business, do his shift, get the fuck on, and he's funny and he's all of that, but he handle his shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta fight the stereotypes. You know what I mean? I come in here. I'm not saying you should do this. Sometimes I gotta have my cologne with me because I'm smoking tree before I come in while I'm driving and shit. But you know what I'm saying? It's a corporate business, but that's why I like to go in, go out. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But on the real shit, don't be going in the offices smelling like tree kids. It's not a good look. Yeah, I'm kind of established. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, half the time they don't even see me, but my reputation, I want that. That's the hardest thing to maintain is your reputation.
Right. And I agree. I feel like right now I'm 27, but back then I'd go high to everything and anything. And it didn't change my ability of being a creator. Right. So I didn't think it mattered.
Right.
But now that I'm getting older and I'm getting more involved in the business, even if it's weed business, be sober in that motherfucker because we talking business.
Nah, seriously.
And I'd rather smell like fucking Gucci and Dolce & Gabbana than smell like tree right now. Seriously. And it's crazy how your mind shifts, but as you learn more. So I feel like don't even be hard on yourself because right now I feel like you're back at 106, and you're gonna do so much more in everything you wanted to accomplish. For real. And you were 19. What the fuck? It was for you to learn.
Definitely.
And it's crazy how you're still involved. Like, to me, that's a big deal. Like the fact that you're still involved and still passionate and still want to accomplish things within the same radio station. Not real. Like that, but a lot of people, when they either leave or get fired, it'd be bad blood. It'd be like, I don't fuck with you, or it'll be like, that's the past. But you're like, I'm here.
They definitely love me there. I like I said, even Don Parker, he always told me, he's like, Mike, I'm gonna try to get you back in here.
That's dope.
He's a program director. Shay Diddy's basically like the music director, and so like he was like, I'm gonna try to get you back in here. And so he always, now it took him a while because he was saying this back like maybe like a year after I got let go. The first time, because I took maybe like a year and a half, 2 years off after I got let go. But I was hitting him like, bro, I went like 6 months after I hit him, like, man, I'm trying to get back. What's up, man?
Right.
He was like, we can't do nothing now. I'll let you know. And I was hitting him. Literally, he would say, hit me like every week. I hit him every week for like literally like maybe
a year.
6 months to a year.
That's crazy.
And then he would hit me back every now and then, leave a message. He was like, "Oh, Mike, thanks. I see what I got. Wooty whoop." By then, I think I got to KBLX. I was with KBLX with Stacey Cunningham. She used to be the program director at KMEL, and then she brought me up. She was at KBLX, and then she brought me into there. And so I was doing KBLX, but I wasn't talking on air. I really couldn't talk on air at KBLX. Not yet at the time. They were still doing the Quiet Storm.
Gotcha.
So I really didn't. But Q102 opened up the throwback station. I was able to talk on there.
That's cool.
A little bit. And so.
Have you ever rapped?
No, I'm not a rapper.
No, okay. I was just wondering.
Nah.
That's nice. What is in store for you these next, let's say, 3 to 5? What is like your goal?
A lot, man. I got a lot going, man. I got the podcast. I'm trying to get in different markets as far as radio. Use my iHeartRadio family as far as getting in
I saw that. You're involved with
markets. Them. Yeah, that's from KMEL. But like Ro and Shay, they're in different, like Shay's in Atlanta and in Seattle.
That's dope.
So she simulcasts out there. So I'm trying to get on to shit like that and go out there. I do parties. I host parties, host events, host shows, host comedy nights.
I like when you host.
Throwing parties, thank you.
I feel like it's something for you. It fits you well.
Yeah, thank you. I'm doing parties this year, 2024. It's just going up, man. It's a lot going on. I'm going to be a life insurance agent selling life insurance for New York Life.
Period.
So if you're trying to get your savings up, get your retirement right, tap in. I'm going to have some more wash your back merchandise. And yeah, man, it's just more to it. Just trying to get to it. Quinn had a thing called More to Do. My boy Eric Williams, he got a company called More to Do. It's More to Do.
Oh, that was a good one. Exactly. You just promoted something. He's just good all the way around. He just promoted cold as a motherfucker. What the hell? I was like, where's this going? And it just happened. I was wondering.
Straight up, man. It's More to Do.
I'm going to just mention it because you mentioned it earlier. You play ball?
I be hooping.
Yeah. So he was like, ask him about the hooping.
Yeah.
Ask him about the hooping. So he said he heard your name through hoop, like from the hooping.
I be hooping.
I heard you raw.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I was raw. See, what happened, I stopped growing. I swear to God, I've been this height since I was 12, 13 years old.
What?
So I grew 1 inch, and I wasn't even smoking. And so I used to think, like, man, I'm going to be at least 6. I said at least, I thought I was going to be like 6'9". I said, okay, I'm at least going to be 6'6". Right. My dad was like 6'3.5". Usually you taller than your dad. I'm not even taller than my dad. And my mom taller. My mom like 5'10", 5'11". But yeah, I got the hoop from Mom's. Mom's a hooper.
What?
And so, yeah.
That's hella dope.
Mom's a hooper, so... my dad a pretty good athlete, but he just fast.
Gotcha.
He played football, but he ain't my mom was the hooper, so when I hoop, I'm kind of chubby, I'm kind of big. So when I hoop and I cross a little nigga over, I be like, I just look like this. So that's my saying. Sometimes they see me in a hoop court, they was like, what's up when I just look like this?
Right. That's so crazy. Like almost everything you say, it seems like people gravitate to it and it'll become a thing.
Yeah, that's
I say
a
people
trend.
Who have that can make money. Man. You know who's like that? You met King Bulu?
Yeah.
He's like that.
Yeah.
Like certain things he says, people would just say it.
Yeah.
And it's not even a fucking saying. It's just you're funny as fuck. And
for
I want to say it.
You got that's definitely
that's marketable.
I've always been good at coming up with names though and shit like that. For example, you heard of Gateway High School?
Yeah.
So Gateway, I was part of the first class.
Oh.
But I didn't graduate from Gateway. But I was part of the first.
Established. Mm-hmm.
So like I left after my 11th grade year. So my senior year I was in a whole new high school. But anyway, Gateway Gators, I came up with the name and the colors.
What?
So they picked the mascot name. They had like a thing, which is super cool. I wanted to go to like Wash or Gal because I'm from Fillmoe. But mom's like, no, you gonna go to Gateway. It's a brand new school. It's a charter high school.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a chance to like create the identity of the school.
Yeah.
So we was brainstorming. And I came up with Gateway Gators, and then I came with the colors, black, white, and red or whatever, or white, red, and black, white, and red, because the Bulls was popular at that time, Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan and shit.
Right.
And then my nigga Street Cred Chuck that runs with Nick Cannon. Street Cred Chuck. I think they call him Frisco Chuck on his show, but I gave him his name for his company, Street Cred.
That's crazy.
Because we was gonna do a promo company. We was to start our own promo company. He was like, man, what's the name? I'm like, what about Street Cred? Street Credentials.
That's hella dope.
He was like, nah, that'll be tight. He's like, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. I might have to take that for a label,
right?
And that's what he did. He took it for his label, Street Cred.
Shit, you a walking business, literally a breathing business.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to monetize that shit.
No, for real. That's crazy. That's super dope.
Yeah, thank you.
Before we get towards the end, I want to hear about a memory that is unforgettable for you. I feel like you've been around a lot of fucking legendary shit.
Oh,
What's
man.
a memory like that you hold close to your heart that you just, you could think back on vividly?
Oh, man. So many memories. Damn, that's a great question. Let me think. Let me ponder real quick. Okay, I remember one memory. It was about the Jack. He's at a show. He was killing. I think he was at the Mezzanine. And Jack was sick because, first of all, his music was sick. And then, like, when he played his music at shows, like, he would do his songs and they would just be, like, so emotional.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I think he was doing Celebrity, the one with him and Nicotina.
Mm-hmm.
He was performing that. And then he was doing this thing, or he was finna perform it. And had everybody on stage, and then he used to do this thing where he kind of like he just pointing at everybody on this, like he on the stage, right? And he pointing at, he not really freestyling, but he pointing at everybody in the crowd. He like, look at cuz right there with the Frisco fitted on. I see you. And then he goes to somebody next to him. Look at old girl right there. Yeah, with the all white on. Look like she got a big old, like he would just keep going down the road, just naming out everybody, right? But this is after he did that, and so he was like, yeah, man, we finna do Celebrity, the song or whatever. And then he looked and then he seen me and he tossed me a joint or a blunt.
Oh, nice.
He's like, it's from Fillmoe Mike. This from Fillmoe Mike. Watch out. And he tossed it to me and that shit was hella funny. And it's funny because some niggas, I forgot who it was, but he's like, bro, remember that time we was at that Jacket show, bro? That nigga gave you and I was literally in the crowd. Like, I was on some crowd shit. I wasn't in trying to be backstage. I was just chilling. I was like, man, let me go watch Jack from the audience perspective. Sometimes niggas get too cool. They always want to be backstage, but you always get that sick-ass perspective.
Yeah.
I went out there. That nigga tossed me a blunt. That shit was legendary.
Yeah, for sure. That is a good memory.
That's a great memory. I got some memories with Quinn and Mess. No lie.
Damn, you got to meet Mess. Like,
yeah, Mess is hella cool.
That's one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah, Mess solid as fuck. Mess when he put out Draped Up and Chipped Out, I think the first one, the one where he like this, he looked like he's somewhere. He got on like, it's like a gray album. I think it's Draped Up and Chipped Out, the first one. He was like, bro, I'm gonna give you these Vans. He gave me 2 Vans to promote his shit, to just drive around in.
Oh, I was about to say like cars?
Nah,
2 Vans?
2 Vans.
What?
Like 2 Vans to promote, like 2 promo Vans, and he wrapped them.
That's hella dope.
That was hella dope. So he gave me that. He gave me like 2. He was the first one that paid me. I didn't have no company or nothing. I still don't got no promo company, but he just paid me like, bro, I want you to. He gave me like 2 Vans for 2 months straight. 1,000 a van. He the first one to ever pay me. A rapper that ever paid me, like, here, bro, here you go. Like, whoa, count it out. Whoa, no questions asked. I got you, Fillmoe. But Mess and Quinn, they made that's a legendary shit with the Mess shit.
Yeah, that is. That's like, what the fuck? I'm so stuck up. I'm like, this nigga gave you 2 bands.
Nah, Mess and Quinn, they did they comeback album, Back in Business, the one that Sean T, that got That's What's Up, and When the Sun Goes Down, the Wolves Come Out. That song, all them songs in there. That's how I came up. All that sick ass album. That sick ass album they literally did in like 4 days.
What?
Kid you not. They did that motherfucker in 4 days. As a matter of fact, on one of the songs, I can't remember which one, but if you listen to that whole album, it's towards the end. So I think, I want to say it's how it came up, but I don't think it's how it came. Because Quinn, I think he got that one solo. It's one of the songs is Mess and Quinn, and Mess, so Quinn he rapped too much. Like he had rapped too much. Mm-hmm. And so like Quinn Mess couldn't fit his bars in there. And so Mess was like, fuck it, I'm just finna rap your shit. So if you listen to the song, it's hella funny because Mess kind of like did a Quinn flow because it was Quinn's
because it was Quinn flow.
That shit was funny. Sick as fuck.
They made it work though.
And I was like, oh, that's sick. And if you, I gotta remember the song. I didn't think I was gonna have these type of questions, but I'm gonna sing you the song. You gonna listen. You be like, oh, I see shit. What you're saying. You gonna hear Mess, but he rapping like Quinn. It's hella funny. It's actually kind of sick. It's hella sick. They chemistry is sick though. They argue like they truly like cousins. You know what I'm saying? They do what they do. You know what I'm saying? As far as the drugs and shit.
Right.
But when it comes to working and music, they could knock out something as they did. They knocked out a fucking classic in 3-4 days. A nigga Kev Kelly was there, and Mess said this to Kev Kelly. He was like, man, we just rocked up a classic, nigga. Mess with his voice and his eyes. In about 4 days, if this don't motivate you, nigga, I don't know what can. That shit was sick.
That is sick. That's like, man, you just had to be there. Like, I be feeling like I'm in the wrong time.
You had
I'm
to
like,
be there. It was sick because they went up to, oh man, Quinn was like, yeah, we finna do this album. And then they had did some songs in a hotel room. Showtime had told me. Showtime used to do Frisco Street Show. He was like, yeah, they had did some songs at the Marriott in downtown Oakland. They did some songs at there, right? And then I heard like 2 songs. I think I heard Wolves Come Out. When I heard, that's my favorite song on the album. When the sun, I think Mess go, what did Mess say? What Mess say? 1 to the face, 2 to the neck, hit the liquor store, then we back to the Jets. When the fiends go around, whatever he was hitting, Mess was gassing. And when I heard that song, I fell in love. I was like, that's shit. I can't wait to hear this shit. Right. So Mess Quinn let me hear like 2 songs. Then he brought me to Berkeley. It's a studio in Berkeley. I want to say the Oaks or some shit, Live Oak Studios. I think that's what it is, Live Oaks. Sick ass studio, very peaceful and mellow. Man, they was in there knocking shit out, but putting out all them classics, man.
When you got to come to these like situations they had, what were you there doing?
So I was more so there like
that's cool if they just brought you to chill. But
no. I wasn't really doing much. Sometimes I would be, giving suggestions to Quinn. So
you was really like they partner, like
yeah. No, so with Quinn, I was kind of like, shout out to James Gordon. Because during the Rock and Dundale Kenny, during the Rock album, I had got let go from KMEL, and for those maybe 3 years, I was rocking with Quinn.
That's all.
Swear to God, I was like on the road with Quinn. We was fucking. I remember one time we had a show, and we was in San Leandro. He had got a verse lick in San Leandro from, I think it was the Gorilla Pits. What's the Gorilla Pits? Shaking, it's hiking, and it's yoking, it's shaking. He had hopped on the remix. He hopped on the remix. So he had went there, Hayward and San Leandro, fuck with them. We went to Fresno.
All in one day?
This is like all in 30-hour period. went to Fresno, had to get all the way back up to fucking Arcata with a show with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Literally, we was 6 men. We got there like 11 or 10:36. Like, you're late, handed us the mics. Because I was his hype man.
Yeah.
And then just did a show. That shit used to be fun. It was crazy. It was hectic and it was fun. You see,
I bet.
Big Rich was like, with Queen, you see the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right. That's hella dope, though. Dang.
Very, very.
It just seems like everything was just more active and more like, well, I know COVID
it's
hit.
Still active, though. I mean, when you look up.
It's just like more fun to me then.
It's going to be a memory. You're going to be like, damn, we used to be moving like this. I even do that now, like, even like post-COVID, like pre-COVID. Like, or just like post-COVID, when COVID to kind of like let her like, damn, see how we used to be moving. Now we moving a little bit more. It's taking a while for Frisco, our scene, to come back. Right. But Oakland is thriving as far as their little party scene.
Right. No, for sure. I felt like Oakland just, even with COVID, they still were fucking.
They took off during COVID, I feel.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I felt like Oakland's always lit. Yeah. I love me some Oakland.
Definitely.
So before we wrap this up, I always tell my guests to leave the people with some words that you want them to remember you with. It could be radio inclined, musically inclined, or it could be personal, but just something you want to leave the people with.
Wash your back.
Period. Just like that. Have you washed your back?
Nah, man, just do you and do it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Because if you don't do it, you're just gonna keep talking about it for real.
For sure.
Well, like even with our podcast, I just had to do it. You know what? I gotta do it. And once I start doing, put a team together. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid to put a team together. And a good team. Don't just get anybody.
Right.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for making the time. Just want to let you know that we are very proud of you. And even though you might feel that right now is not where you want to be, I know it's leading up to everything you deserve and even more. That. And just know like you're an important component to hip hop in the Bay.
Thank you.
And keep doing your shit. And I know when I first felt your vibes, I fell in love with it. Definitely. I was like, this is dope, and had to have you here.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Queen. Appreciate it.
This was Daciana Shawty TYSF, Queen of the motherfucking Skull. And this was Fillmoe Mike, the one and only. Let's go.